Hi Virgo, welcome to Pure Tarot. So we're answering the question tonight, how will you become famous? Or at least I will try my best. So let's just dive in. I'm drawing out of the Moonology deck because I want a moon phase. I want to know if fame comes under a particular moon phase for you. Or at least if the card, there's always a little message on these cards as well, and sometimes they're on point. So let's see what comes out for you. I want one card, ideally. I prefer pop-outs. Okay, I'm gonna wait. There's one that almost flipped, but it went back. Okay, same thing. It's just like for Leo, 3 came out. All the other signs had only 1. Oh no, this is crazy. I just realized there's one. You're not seeing this, but I was putting the pack down, and there's one that I'm gonna have to take it. So that'll be 4 in total. Okay. First card, prosperity lies ahead, new moon in Taurus. Have faith in your dreams, the waxing crescent moon. Work through your fears, the new moon in Scorpio. And the last one, bring love into the situation, new moon in Aquarius. So you have 3 cards of new moon. I'm gonna put them here on this. I'm gonna show you. You have 3 cards of new moon. New moon Taurus, Scorpio, and Aquarius. It's really strange. It's all the fixed signs. It's 3 fixed signs as well. And then here is have faith in your dreams. It's really interesting. And it's a waxing crescent, so it's right after the new moon, when the moon starts to grow. But I'm very, it's quite amazing that you have 3 new moons all in fixed signs. You probably have a lot of planets in fixed signs in your natal chart. Give me a moment. My mind is going on the astrology side of things right now. I want to see intuitively what I'm picking up on. Maybe there's 3 phases, so 3 phases, 3 new moons, 3 months basically. 3 years could be significant. In terms of your how and when you'd become famous. That's really interesting. Also, the only fixed sign you don't have is Leo, right? But the way they came out, they came out in the right sequence. They came out in the sequence of the zodiac. So Taurus, well, you're missing Leo, but then it's Scorpio and Aquarius. So there's really something about I'm even tempted to say a 1-year cycle. Something about that. So I'm gonna leave that there for now, because the only card that really stands out is the one that is not on a new moon, and it tells us for you to have faith in your dreams. So being 3 dark moons, you might often have the tendency to discourage yourself, and maybe think that, oh, it's not for me, it's not going to happen. But the cards are asking you to really believe, keep the faith. We're going to draw out of this, it's called the Triad Oracle deck. I'm staying quiet, as you can see. Two cards. You have door and wealth. Richesse is wealth. Porte is door. Doorway. In this case, I've been interpreting this as threshold as well. And wealth. So, you know, I don't know about you, but I typically equate being famous with being rich. Which is very like it feels right to say that, but I'm sure that there are like famous people that are not so wealthy. They might have money problems and we just don't know, but the idea, or the way we perceive fame sometimes is usually attached to wealth. I'm gonna keep drawing because the doorway, the door that's there, I want to see. You know, it's for me, it's the door of fame, to fame, but at the same time, it might take on a different signification here. So let's keep drawing. I'm using my makeshift deck. It's French keywords on blank cards. I will translate, don't worry. I will pull tarot, by the way. I know it looks like it's only oracle. Some cards flipped. So you have interval and ceremony. That's quite interesting. Ceremony. I want to say that the interval is linked to these 3 new moons, those 3 dark moons. I almost want to say that because of the order of the cards, you had the new moon in Taurus, so a dark moon, then you had that waxing moon, which was like a little bit of light, and then you had another dark moon. So it looks like you have ups and downs in your journey to fame, and maybe once you're famous, right? Fame for you might be, how do you say, well, intermittent, like come and go, ups and downs, ebbs and flows. I'm linking the doorway, the threshold, with the word ceremony here. I think what it feels for me strongly here is that your fame has, I'm hearing things like law, politics, because of the ceremonies, like official ceremonies, and not religious in nature, right? Really like, could be military, could be even through higher education, like in universities and stuff like that. That kind of stuff, right? And you know, this building here is very formal. It resembles those big institutions that I'm describing: government, governmental, educational, judicial, all of that. The interval, if it's not ups and downs in your career and in your fame, in your success, it could mean like intervals in terms of moving up the ladder, basically. So slowly but surely, but always, you know, getting to the next level, the next promotion, you know, in the hierarchy, right? You do have a triangle here, notion of hierarchy. Let's do the tarot. I will show you the shuffle. I've been getting like mini piles of like 2 or 3 mini piles for each sign, and I really like what it creates for the reading, and it typically works with what's already up here. So maybe 3 mini piles, 1 for each set of oracle decks here. It just sort of happened as I was doing Aries, which was the first read. I didn't really plan this. So we've got a little bunch here. I'm gonna put them on the side. I'm gonna keep drawing a little bit. I don't want to get too many cards, but I do want to get another pile at least. Thank you for your patience. Another big pile. So I'm gonna stop there because there's quite a few cards. So the first pile has 4. You have, so let me show you. The Emperor in reverse, the 10 of Wands in reverse, the 6 of Wands, and the 7 of Wands in reverse. I mean, there's recognition right off the bat here. And you do have the Emperor, which is, you know, in line with authority figures within, you know, the particular environments I was describing of, you know, military, government, governmental, any kind of boss, like big boss, CEO, that kind of thing. And then we have a set of 5 cards, so let me turn them. Star in reverse, the 4 of Cups, the 4 of Pentacles in reverse, the Knight of Swords, and then the Ace of Wands in reverse. I'm already sensing the intervals, especially on this set of cards here. You know, you go from, anyway, I'll get there, but, excuse me. Okay. So let's start with the Emperor. You will have overbearing authority figures on your path to success. It's something you'll have to compose with. It's part of those, it's part of the setting, I guess. It's part of the, I'm hearing it's part of the game. Not that it's a game, but it's a, what I am sensing is that you'll be skilled enough to wheel your way around this, right? So in a playful way, that's why it comes out as a game. So you could also see it as playing a poker game, so being very witty, very smart about it, strategic really. I sense you to be also playful about it, like looking at things like on the bright side, even if sometimes you have, we said earlier, some phases of discouragement, but that would be maybe more your own thing. I think in how you deal with the environment, you'll keep it light when it comes to interacting with these people. And I say that because you have the success card, right, of the 6 of Wands. You are recognized by your peers. I believe that you're successful at maneuvering, basically. First of all, you're maneuvering your steps up towards, you know, a higher heights. However high you want to go, right, on this path to fame and success. Another reason why it's playful is that you're unburdened. It doesn't weigh on you. It also, it's like water on the feathers of a duck, right? It just glides. You have this capacity of you have endurance, resilience, basically. And what I like is that you're not over defensive either, so that's why you're so relatable. You see, it makes you very relatable to others by being lighthearted, and I almost want to say playful, but it's not like, you know, you're playing I don't know how to express it really, other than playful, like amicable, relatable, and, you know, open. You're open, you're not closed. Especially in face of these authority figures that, you know, would typically be intimidating for most, right? I want to show you something that I wasn't looking at anymore, but on the new moon in Aquarius, you have bring love in the situation. I'm not saying there's love here, like obviously not romantic love at all, but the playfulness is this quality of, you know, and being open and receptive and lighthearted and collaborative, I believe, to you to be here. Because you're surrounded, right? You're surrounded by people and you're cheered, you're being welcomed. So clearly you have an amazing collaboration. You establish that with others. And I think you do it through connecting. So connection for me is the principle of love, right? Relatability relies on love as a higher principle. And I think you'll be greatly loved as well, and respected. You know, the ceremonial thing I was picking up, it has to do with honors, right? It has to do with, so being celebrated, but honored, so like medals, trophies, diplomas, I'm gonna say things like Nobel Prize, you know what I mean, like that kind of grants, things of that nature. That's why it's such a very specific setting in terms of it's very institutional. So let's look at the other sets of cards, right? It's really describing the ebbs and the intervals, what this card was saying. And let me show you why. You get discouraged. The star in reverse is when you go into your dark moon phases where maybe you don't show it outwardly, because it seems like you're able to maneuver, like I was saying, quite impeccably. The word impeccable is important here. I think you're very, it really doesn't show, you know, as much as that water was gliding on, you know, like you don't take offense, and things don't burden you, and you don't get weighed down by either all of this kind of setting, right, which can be quite overbearing. It's also like in private, you have moments of doubts that you really hide. I think that's why there's 3 of these dark moons, right? And that's why I think there's like these ups and downs and these intervals. They could be, yes, a little bit in your life in terms of ups and downs, but I think in terms of your career, I'm sensing more the the ascending progression, you know, just moving up the ladder. But internally, you might have, maybe that's where it lies, right? These intervals are within and you don't show them. Because you do lose hope sometimes. You also think your wishes are unattainable. Yet, the star is quite a strong card in the sense that it's never really bad, you know? So you still attain your goals. You still work it out. You still, you know, it's the star. You still reach some level of fame here. You are being, you're victorious, so to speak. Each time you come out on top. And then the intervals keep going because you have these intervals here again. All of them. I don't want to hold all the cards now, but you go from being bored and like, I don't really want to do this anymore, it's not for me, to like here, like opening yourself back up and not being defensive anymore, not being closed off. So either sort of like, no, I don't, like, I'm not interested, and I'm not really, I want to stay in my corner all alone, right? Doing my own thing. But yet you're also able to, you know, imagine the Four of Pentacles, how he's upright, he's clinging on, like, think that maybe when it's in reverse, maybe he opens his arms, right? Maybe that's why it's telling you to bring more love into the situation, that it's a constant for you to remind yourself to come out of that shell, come out of that bubble that you're in. You could be someone that is quite an introvert. You could be, you could prefer to work alone on, even if you're working within a setting when you have many colleagues and, you know, you probably still work on a team, but the bulk of your work, you wouldn't need anybody to do your work. Very autonomous. And then more ebbs and flows. You go from being dashing and outspoken and like, you know, let's do this, and like you have these amazing ideas that you just want to run with, you know, and then yet again it's like the Ace of Wands in reverse is just like, oh no, I won't do this, you know, like you're gonna decide to, you know, the Ace of Wands in reverse, it's like you refuse to start something. So I don't want to say that you give up on it, but it's like having so many ideas and like kind of like maybe rushing head first, and then realizing, oh no, I shouldn't start this. This is either too much, or, but then it could be true in terms of maybe you have like too many pots on the stove, so you know that sometimes you have to like, okay, I can't do everything at once, at least. So then you have these things where, okay, you wanted to start this, but then you decide not to. So it feels to me like you have a career and your fame lies on what you do for work. And I sense that for some reason I keep having the word, I do have the word researcher, R&D, right? Research and development, innovation, think you're capable of doing, even if it's one particular field, I'm sensing that you could have many ways to do what you do. I'm not clear, like I'm trying to find an example to give you. Maybe it's like if I'm taking the scientist, right, the researcher, research and development, you'd work on different either products or improvements on products and stuff like that, but then you'd have more than one product to work with, right? Or more than one machine, more than one experiment, you know what I mean? Like, so it's still like in research and development, maybe in the field of, let's say, medical, whatever, but yet maybe you're looking into a specific aspect of a disease, and then you're looking into, I don't know, creating medicine for that disease, and then, I don't know, maybe creating some kind of prosthesis that will help. I mean, you know what I mean? Like, I'm just trying to even visualize something to make you understand what I'm trying to describe, basically. But it could be so many things that I just didn't want to stay too vague, like just to say that it would be like taking on different forms. But maybe that's the easiest way, and I didn't need to say all this. I think that fame relies partly on your on you stabilizing those intervals that I'm sensing you're having, these ups and downs. I'm not saying you're moody, but those you know, maybe wanting to start too many things and realizing you can't, and maybe feeling discouraged with certain projects and not wanting to even take them on, having some form of doubt. We do have work through your fears on the new moon in Scorpio, so definitely I sense you would know what your own demons are, meaning what your own pitfalls are, and that's what I think would really help you reach those heights, you know, because I really see you moving up the ladder here with the interval and the ceremony. I really see you being honored, being celebrated, being rewarded for your work, for your accomplishments, for your ideas, for your how do you say, for your contribution to society, literally. And I want you to know that there's money, because it's prosperity lies ahead and you have wealth. So you will be making money, like really, really good money, Virgo. Anyway, I'm gonna leave it there for now. Thank you so much for being here. Please like and share, subscribe, but sorry. Just come back for the next video. Thank you, I appreciate you.